Hi, I'd like to show you two new features on Golf Stats that we're launching the week of the 2020 Masters on November 9th, 2020. They're both located right off of our homepage. This is our Golf Stats homepage. If you want membership information, you can click right over here under Sign Up. We offer a 3-day trial. Let me show you these two new features. One is called the Head-to-Head Matchup Tool. A lot of online games feature contests for head-to-head matchups. You can bet one player against another. Or, this is in casinos, online games like DraftKings. Tool is very easy to use. You pick a player from pick your first player. I'm going to pick Xander Schauffele. My second player, I'm going to pick John Rahm. And I can select what time period I want to compare their two performances over. It defaults to 12 months. You can go like 6 if you want, 9, however many months you want, and you click on Go. So what we then show you is statistics for these two players over that time frame for the previous 6 months. And we have 15 different parameters. Tournaments played, wins, top 10s, top 20, percentage of cuts made, their stroke average, their average finish, the percent of rounds under par, average birdies per round, average bogeys per round, total money, average money per event, fairways hit per round, greens hit per round, and putts per round. And we compute for each metric who's the winner. And down to here, we sum up how many points. So in this case, John Rahm was favored in 7 of them, and Xander Schauffele in 6. Now, the way this is computed is each metric counts as the same value. You can adjust the values over here on the right. If you don't care about the tournaments played, you can just set any value to 0. It won't count that in the final score at all. If you consider birdies per round to be more important than everything else, you can adjust its weight factor. So in this case, whoever has the higher birdies per round will get 4 points. You can do the same thing for bogeys per round if you think that might be a little bit less. If you really like people who make a lot of top 20s or even top 10s, you can give that a higher weighting factor. You can set up the weighting factors to your liking based on what you think are the most important metrics. And if you just want to eliminate something like how many tournaments they've played, you can set it to 0. If you want to eliminate their total money over that stretch, you can set it to 0, which means that whoever wins that one won't be counted in the final score. The weighting factor means that whoever wins that one will be counted for 4 points, 4 times as important as some of these other ones. So you can set this up any way you want, and then you just simply hit redo. You can also change the number of months. You simply hit redo, and it'll recalculate everything based on your weighting factors. It keeps the weighting factors from session to session, remembers them. So now in this case, based on these weighting factors, Xander Schauffele is a slight favorite over John Rahm using these weighting factors over the previous 6 months. So you can play with it as much as you want, get the weighting factors exactly the way you want it, and then compare two players, one versus the other, to see who, using these statistics, might have an edge. If you want to start over from scratch, start with a new set of players, just hit new, and you're taken back here. So that's head-to-head matchup. It's available free on golfstats.com. You don't have to be registered to use it. We ask that you consider our memberships, but you don't have to be registered to use head-to-head. We're also launching something new this week called the Competitor Handbook. We plan to make this available every week, at least for the PGA Tour events, maybe more. And it's a guide to the field for the upcoming tournament. In this case, it's the Masters. To launch it, we have it available for free this week during the week of the Masters. Just click on Masters Competitive Handbook. It takes a couple seconds for it to do its computations and come up. And there we go. So what the Competitor Handbook is, it lists every player in the field for the upcoming tournament. In this case, it's the Masters. And for each player, you get a bunch of information about that player. By the way, initially it's sorted by the world ranking of the players. You want to sort it alphabetical, just click on this button. It'll regenerate it sorted by alphabetical. Initially, it sorts it by world ranking. So for every player, you get some basic bio information up here. You get their world ranking. You have links to other pages on golfstats.com. The player profile, the tournament results, their performance stats, their year-to-date results, 8-year glance, and then their performance in the majors. For these links, you do need a Golf Stats membership. You also have access to their bio. Clicking here will bring up the bio for this particular player in a little pop-up, and you can scroll through it like so, and then close it, either just clicking outside the window or hitting the X. And underneath that, we show recent performance for this player. The first two columns are for this particular tournament. In this case, it's the Masters. It shows their results over the previous 7 years and shows their stats for all the Masters they played in. Then we show their most recent tournament record. If you want to know what their form is going into this tournament, we show any tournaments they played on any tour over the last 3 months. Any tour being PGA Tour, European Tour, Corn Ferry Tour, or Champions Tour. So we'll show any tournaments they played on in those tours for the previous 3 months here. And then we give their overall stats on the PGA Tour events over the last 12 months. And we do that for every player in the field. So that's our tournament competitor handbook launching this week as well. Again, golfstats.com. We have memberships available, monthly and annual memberships available. I encourage you to check those out and take advantage of these free tools that we're making available the week of the Masters. Thank you very much.